Yo, it's finally here. The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have spoilers. Spoiler beware. If you haven't already, please be alert that we will have spoilers on this channel. And we're going to talk about it. I'm going to give you my review. It just came out today, early, and I can't wait to give you the rundown because, man, this thing is fucking awesome. So let me exit solo review so we can keep this up. We'll talk about the plot, the characters, the actors that play it. We'll talk about how I enjoyed the sound, and we'll talk about whether it works or not. So sit back, relax, catch a contact. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. This is the weekly discourse. So it's different than my Rockefeller Plaza where I just sit there and game. I can sit down and talk about movies, TV shows, currently talking about X-Men 97. But tonight we're talking about The Odyssey. Shout out to my boy Ocelot. Sup, bro? Thanks for coming through and hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't heard about this movie, I'm a Nolan fan. It's about the Odyssey, the story of the Odysseus, from Greek mythology that you all may or may not have learned about in high school. I tell you what, Christopher Nolan did a great job. Since my boy Conspiratee's here, and I know he wants to hear the meat and potatoes, it was good, T. It was good. I'll start off with, I didn't see it in IMAX, okay? So I didn't see the visual IMAX, but because I bought an IMAX ticket, but then because my mom I was like, oh shit, my mom got surgery today. I got to pick the kids up from school. Fuck. I had to basically switch the seat out, and I was like, I got tickets for normal seats, right? I'm glad I did. The fucking audio is insane. The audio is great. Not only the music for it, but just the clashing of the waves. The fucking the audio is great, and I wasn't even in IMAX hearing the crazy IMAX speakers, just normal speakers. The Cyclops scene, Uncle T, it's a 3-hour movie. Okay, let's get that out the way right now. If you know the story of the Odyssey, which most people do, it's Greek mythology, and this is him going to do the Trojan War and making his way back home, and people trying to bang his wife while he's gone. The Cyclops scene, one of the people that he come across, the Sirens, the Cyclops, a whole bunch of people he comes across. When they do the Cyclops, it not only is the audio off the fucking chain, it's crazy scary as fuck. You'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody was like, there's people like off their seat, like, whoa, whoa, like standing up like this, like getting, it was fucking pretty damn terrifying. There's a couple scenes in this that are like, Christopher Nolan does a really good job. I'm glad he does like R-rated. He utilizes everything. The lighting, the sound. I guess it's CGI. I don't know if it's like, what do you call when what's his face is Gollum? What do they call that? That's not CGI. That's what's that called? When they put him in suits and then they kind of make it look different. I guess it's a real person playing it, the Cyclops, but like the way they don't show the face in the trailers for a reason. The face of the Cyclops, freaky. So I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll do that when we do the story. Let me talk about characters. All right, sound off the chain. The visuals, great. The one problem I have with visuals is it's the modern day visuals, Uncle T. It's got the dark look to it, overcast. Like you can see the photo right here next to me. If it's not orange and bright like that, it's dark as fucking shit. There's a couple of times when he's in like a Calliope's island and like in the Cyclops Island, when he's walking up in the Cyclops cave, it's really nice and bright. It kind of be misleading the audience. And then you get in there, it's like, boom, it gets dark as fuck. You're like, I can't see shit. The only light you got is the bonfire. Besides that, it's really, really dark. That's just the new age way of making films. That's the one gripe I think I can have with it. The actors and the actresses. Let me think. The worst actor. So this isn't just Odysseus' story. This is a two-part story for people that don't know. This is the story of Odysseus, but it's being told to him, his son, Telemachus. The entire time he's being told this, he's being told it from his best servant, friend, like confidant that stayed home from the war, right? So he's telling him all these. So he's telling the story of his dad and how like he was a great king, and all this stuff. And the whole time, it's going back and forth from like when he's telling him this, like he's kind of getting like an idea of like, did you know him? It showcases something. It goes back, and then we get so it's going back from Odysseus to Telemachus, right? Odysseus, Matt Damon, fucking awesome. This is Jason Bourne, Matt Damon. Great fucking acting. When I watch Interstellar with Chris Nolan, he was the one thing I didn't like about Interstellar. Matt Damon. Right? He fucking nails this role, bro. He's Odysseus. He looked a little frail in some parts, but he's not the only one. We make fun of some of the actors, T. Some of these motherfuckers forgot to hit the memo to hit the fucking gym and get a little swole on. They ain't do one push-up, let alone 100. So that's a difference between if you watch Troy and this, everybody can be like, damn, T, why didn't somebody get a fucking bench press on the set and tell these fools to work out a little bit? This one dude that's diverse, his arm is frail as shit. I'm like, God damn, homie, you can at least do a sit-up or half a push-up or something. Girl push-ups. I'm sorry, assisted. Right? But this dude, you can see him right here. He's fucking ripped. He understood the assignment. He came in. There's a part to take his shirt off. He's not only looking like he's frail because he's been out at sea for a while and like isn't eating, but he still looks fucking like vein ripped up. Still got muscle on his chest. I'm like and the acting he does is great. Now again, this is a two-part story. Odysseus and Telemachus, his son, played by Tom Holland. So we misjudged this. We've been complaining about Elliot Page and what's her name? Lupita Nyong'o. We should have been worrying about Tom Holland and Zendaya. Oh yes. We were worried about Travis Scott as a bard. I never saw him once. I mean, you see him like 2 or 3 times, but again, it's like Telemachus is being told the story of his dad in front of the suitors, and while the suitors are like being like, "Behold, a story." Dun, dun. he does his hip hop thing. Uncle T be like, "Behold, a story." Boom, 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 boom. Of Odysseus from Troy. Boom, 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 boom. He always has like 5 little things. He goes boom, 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 boom. I'm like, come on, man. So that's about the most he does that contributes to it. Travis Scott. Besides him, Zendaya wasn't a good Athena, in my opinion. Tom Holland, he's not believable. He's small as fuck. And when he stands up against Robert Pattinson, he's like, it just doesn't look right. There's some parts in here, he looks funny as shit. The last scene, he's got like a crown on. He's supposed to be like the king. He looks like a little ladyboy prince. I'm like, I was laughing my ass off, bro. So Elliot Page did fucking good. So I kind of got there late, right? I got late. I walked in because again my mom was getting surgery, and once she came home I was like, all right, everything good. Got in the house. I'm rolling out. I roll out. I didn't see any of the credits. I walk in. Once I walk into the movie, Elliot Page's character's getting killed right off the gate. I'm like, holy shit, am I that fucking late? So I guess it starts off with the horse, the Trojan horse, washing up on shore, and you see like soldiers coming up to fucking be like, like, what the fuck is this? And when you see him soldiers going to see what it is, Elliot Page is the soldier that they left, to tell the people that this is a gift from the Trojans, as a sign of peace. knowing damn well they ain't gonna listen. They're gonna murder that fucking dude. You know what I'm saying? Elliot Page, I'm not gonna partake in that. They, them. Elliot Page does a good fucking job, man. I was like, wow. Uh, Elliot's fucking Robert Pattinson's brother in this. He's like his little brother, right? Robert Pattinson's the older brother. Elliot Page is the younger brother. Everybody's about to go to war, to the Trojan War. And because he's the older brother, he has a better chance of being taking care of the family. So the younger brother's like, I'm going to sacrifice. We basically see that people are sacrificing themselves for the Trojan War. They know that these kids aren't coming back. They're fucking kids. They don't know how to fucking fight, right? So the young kid, Elliot Page, like, I'll sacrifice myself for you because you're older. You have a better chance of taking care of the family. Or maybe even becoming king of Ithaca one day. So Elliot Page does a pretty good fucking job, bro. What's her name? Lupita Nyong'o does good, but her character really doesn't serve any purpose to the story for me. I know that sounds weird being Helen of Troy. Now again, I was like, I've been saying this for 2 weeks now when I'm in gaming. I don't care about race swaps. If I'm watching this story, if they contribute to it, and I'm like, it's good, I don't really see like her or her sister, because she plays two parts, really need to contribute to the story. There's one thing that the guy, she's Helen of Troy, not Helen of Troy. Her sister is married to I guess the leader of the army's the leader of the army, right? The dude looks dressed like fucking Batman. You know the dude dressed like Batman? That's who. So there's two characters she plays. One is Helen of Troy, and she got a crazy fucking scar going down her eyes that they don't reveal. And like, when she's getting ripped away, apparently she got fucking somehow 3 crazy strikes going down her fucking eyes. And I'm like, so Lupita Nyong'o does a good job acting, but really serves no purpose in the story, in my opinion. All right. John Leguizamo was good. He was fucking good. All the people we made fun of and been clowning on, like, oh, they woke motherfuckers, were good actors. It's sad to say, but it's like Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway is really fucking good in this, bro. Anne Hathaway, not only is she hot, she's a queen. I mean, but here's the problem. They have to act off of Tom Holland, and the scenes where they're acting off of him and he's supposed to be like emotional, they don't work because Tom Holland sucks bad. I mean, I hate all the complaints people have about him being Spider-Boy and not being a good Spider-Man. It shows in this very much so. Shows so much. So it starts with, again, Elliot Page is, they're on the shore of Troy, and you see the Trojan horse, and they get killed, and you don't see the actual thing go down. It just that's how it starts. They kill him, and then he's like, oh, once he dies, like you like it kind of fades off, and it goes into where were they at first? It starts going into the adventures. All of a sudden, it's just like flicked from there. It goes back in time because that would be like, I guess, current time when it shows up, and then it goes back in time. If you ever watch a Nolan flick, you know how he does it. It shows up in current time, and then let's have a backtrack. Then we'll go current time. Then we'll do back again, and then eventually you realize that you got to go forward in time. Like forward in time, we're not really in current time. Does that make sense? So the first is the Cyclops. Then it's a siren song. Then the whole time he's being told this from Calypso or Calliope. I forget her fucking name. I think it's Calypso because Penelope is his wife. So the Bard, Travis Scott part, that was just hilarious in my opinion. We didn't need that either. That was just because we probably need to fill quotas. But everything else was good. There's the CGI minimal, not very much CGI in this. The when they go to Hades, hell, the underworld, that part looks cool as shit. But I'm kind of wondering if they did it on the volume. I know everything was like filmed on location, but there's one part where like the background looks like the volume. Either they have a green screen back there, and they focus because it's a lot of fog, right? And I'm like, so either they have a green screen. Most of it is fucking beautiful. Set a location. You can see the island in the far distance. It's not fucking fake. One of the problems I have with the volume, the big screen you can film in the background, is I can see it. It doesn't give depth to this. Gives depth to the performances, to the actors. I think I don't know what I want to rate this because it's a lot I'm taking in right now. I didn't see it in IMAX. If I saw it in IMAX, I guarantee a lot of people are going to complain about how fucking loud it was because it was really loud to me. And this was regular, not even IMAX, right? So I'm like, how fucking loud is it in IMAX? It had to be louder than shit. And John Leguizamo was pretty fucking good, bro. John Leguizamo, the parts he was in was great. Robert Pattinson was good as shit. The other part in the end, though, where it's got some weird writing. Remember how we made fun of, like, he's pining for a daddy, like some sniveling bastard? Like that? That's not the biggest thing we're going to make fun of. The biggest thing we're going to make fun of is at the end. There's some crazy good scenes, like fight scenes in this, right? Probably like 4 or 5 good fight scenes. The last fight scene, the climactic battle, where Odysseus is fighting fucking everybody and like killing all the suitors in the house. This dude, like, there's no weapons. The weapons are all locked up upstairs, right? The dude fucking hits a hole in the floor and starts dropping, like, the weapons in there so that people can, like, Odysseus is the only person who got a weapon. And he's killing all these motherfuckers. And, well, every time this dude, so his son, Tom Holland, is upstairs trying to fight one dude off from getting the weapons down the floor. And he can't even fight one guy. And his dad downstairs kicking everybody's fucking ass. Well, the dude actually starts dropping weapons down. Every time the dude drops a weapon down, you see Robert Pattinson. All Robert Pattinson's doing for 5 minutes is standing behind a column going, watching weapons on and go, shield, get the shield. And then 2 minutes later, he drops down swords. Sword, get the sword. Right? And 2 minutes later, spear, get the spear. I'm like, did they write it that way? Or was it just telling him to like improvise and he had no idea what to fucking say? Because it looks a little like jarring, like when you see it, like who the fuck wrote this? Probably his brother Jonathan Nolan. It's been a minute since Batman came out. He didn't have any reference, like comic book reference, and it shows. So, but dude, this is a good movie. I don't want to like come out and be like, oh, it's fucking awesome, and be all Nolan hits, and then be like, oh, well, some people's performances kind of suck. I gotta see it again before I want to go out and give my Criticless score on it. I gotta kind of think about it, see it again. I made sure one thing I didn't do was see everybody else's fucking opinion for one in here. I didn't want to watch Chris Gore or Alan's out of the theater review. I didn't want to hear any nerdrotics, like if they exposed the secret Elliot Page's secret characters that they're playing. I'm like, I don't even want to know, because it was good going in there and not knowing who the character was, and finding out like the character in it was pretty cool. So at the end, like Elliot Page has like this little like totem, like little figure that like says, "Give back to my brother." When I come back from the war, I'm gonna give this back to you. But doesn't realize that the older brother that he's looking up to has become a fucking bitch, pussy, and is not the brother that he should be admiring to. It's really cool, but it's fucking long, man. If the right person edited this, we got bad editors in Hollywood. All right, just like with Supergirl. Remember how I said Supergirl didn't need to start with them getting drunk and showing her being a bitch and then doing the Argo City? It should have started with Argo City, showing her losing all that shit, then Supergirl title, call me, and then you show her getting drunk to realize, oh, she has a reason to be getting drunk because she's seen some shit. Not just like, why is this bitch getting drunk? You know what I mean? So this is kind of edited fucking weird, in my opinion. It's not edited enough. You know how TikTok is a generation of fast edits? The end, he's sitting there and talking to his wife at one point in time, Penelope, before he's like pretending he's a god. because gods can come to you in any form. They made him appear to you as a beggar. And he's been told that his entire life, right? So at the end of it, when he's returning home, he realizes he better not return home and be like, hey, I'm fucking Odysseus. I'm here, motherfuckers. Slice your head off. I'm trying to fuck your wife, motherfucker. Get the hell out of here. So he kind of goes in stealth, right? And so as he's stealth and he's pretending to be a beggar, his wife, he mentions that he was in the Trojan War with Odysseus to Robert Pattinson. Like, who the fuck are you? And they're about to beat him up. They're like, she throws everybody out. She summons him to talk to him. And when they're sitting down talking to him, it takes forever, bro. I'm like, this part's probably 7 minutes too long. It might be 10 minutes. They could have fucking edited out 7 minutes of that shit. I'm like, and I get it. If you're watching the movie, you'd be like, everybody's like, I get it. It just took a little bit too long. They were like trying to make it all sweet and heartfelt. It kind of takes away from it to but when he's done giving his little heartfelt speech and he's like, that's why I got to do what I got to do. And she realizes it's him. They lock the fucking doors, right? She's like, all right. She basically goes out and tells all the suitors, all right, I'll marry one of you all, but you have to be able to string the bow up. I still got Odysseus's bow here, my husband, right? And he was strong enough to string this thing up. If one of you suitors that's been sitting here drinking up all my alcohol can actually string this bow up and shoot it, and then she like takes axes and put them in an X and shoot it through 12 axes and hit a bullseye, then I'll marry one of y'all, right? And I'll make you king of Ithaca. And they're all trying it and they can't fucking do it. And Odysseus does that shit. And when Odysseus does it, everyone's like, what the fuck? And it's pretty fucking epic, bro. It's not Patriot epicness, but it's pretty good. But they kind of draw it out. When you're watching it, it's a little longer than it should be. To make something epic, you got to get it, draw emoji, keep it going, but know when to stop as well. If you keep going and start going, that's when we start getting the Robert Pattinson going, oh, shield, grab the shield. Oh, sword, grab the sword. Oh, spear, grab the spear. Mark my words, those will be memes. Oh, grab the spear. It's going to be a fisherman going, like pointing or some shit. Because it's just too good not to be. Yo, homeless and nice. I'm late to the party. What's the verdict? GG's, bro. It's a good fucking movie. What, you could get a seat? No, I'm sorry. You couldn't. Man, I tell you what. Go see it, T. You don't have to pay for IMAX. You don't have to. I paid $14, for a normal one. It looks just as good. It looks just as good in the normal fucking in the normal. What did I get? Regular, whatever I got. $14 for 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. So I wouldn't worry about getting IMAX. It's really fucking loud. Remember how people were complaining about how Tenet sounded weird and it was really fucked up and they had to redo the audio before it came out on digital. If you're in IMAX, I'm ready. I'm ready to see if D or Sci-Fax saw it in IMAX. Be like, dude, it fucking blew my goddamn eardrums out. It was pretty fucking loud. The siren song part was probably one of the quietest parts. And he's fucking like that's supposed to be loud as fuck, but everybody's got beeswax in their ears, so it kind of goes. And it's like this crazy good acting. He's like fucking. Because he has him tie him to the boat so he can hear the siren song. He doesn't put beeswax in his ears. Everybody else in the boat puts beeswax in their ears, and he has a siren. The sirens look good. Some naked females that looking nice. We can't see them too much, but what we can see is they naked, nice honeys. Just laying there like they weren't trying to go like stupid like maybe we should put some seashells on their boobs. No, I don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that shit. It's rated fucking R. Do the story justice, Do we see gods? Yeah, we see Athena. Athena is the only god I think we see. He goes to the underworld, right? The underworld is the coolest fucking part. The underworld is the coolest part. The The Cyclops is the coolest fucking scene. It's really long, but I guarantee, I saw three people get up and use the bathroom, right? And I was like, I wonder how long they're gonna be gone for because this is really fucking good. Them motherfuckers become running back. They would be like running back, getting their seat real quick, like, oh. At the end, Uncle T, at the end, the entire row I was stood up and was like, some people in the front stood up, they started like, like they didn't know whether they should clap or not too. But people were clapping for this. It made me feel good, like, wow, people are actually fucking clapping. Like, movies are back. Remember this time last year? Like, we were like, our movie's gonna die. Movies are back, bro. I know this is a woke Nolan spectacle, but you know what? It's a gear in the right direction because that Supergirl shit we got was garbage, was trash. We're gonna get Clayface, which hopefully he had nothing to do with, James Gunn. But next one we get Man of Tomorrow, and now they push back the Batman because he wants to use Batman for Man of Tomorrow, which is just to shove another character in there to try to get some fucking word of mouth. Oh, Batman's gonna be able to go see this fucking movie. And then he's gonna tank the idea of Batman. Really, he just needs to leave it the fuck alone. Walk away from DC. With Man of Tomorrow being a piece of shit, let the Batman 2 come out and then talk to Matt Reeves and becoming head of DC because, man, James Gunn there's nothing I want to look forward to on this slate. Here's besides this, which was great, and it came through. Now what? Right? We got, what, Spider-Man? Yeah. Hopefully, Welcome to Derry Season 2. Definitely Harry Potter, right? Definitely Harry Pothead, Season 1. Doomsday, which not this week, what's today? Friday. Next week, we're going to get a trailer for because next week is Comic-Con, and they're going there. They got a panel there. They've already dropped the fucking shitty-ass, very, very lackluster poster. So, I mean, what make sure, look to the future if there's anything that you want to see. And if there's not, live in the moment. This is a great fucking film, bro. We'll clown on some of the shitty fucking stuff that it does in it. And some of the, but every film you can do that. You can find 2 or 3 parts that are like, ha, that part was funny as shit. The one part makes a stupid fucking face, being, Mr. Wilson, Well, I found a couple in here. But there's some good parts too. With Argos, the dog. Poor little puppy. He's got a puppy. He gets a puppy, it's like his hunting dog. The dog stays alive for 20 years, man. Stays alive just to be able to see his master one more time. And when he sees Odysseus, the fucking suitors have thrown him on a pile of fucking shit. It's like a big pile of dung they threw out fucking front because, they've been pooping so much. They've been going outside taking poops. They threw the dog outside because he's old and crippled. Like, get that crippled dog out of here. They threw him on the fucking pile of dung. When Odysseus comes in, he's pretending to be like, an old beggar. And he sees his dog, and the dog, like, realizes it's him. He gets down and pets the dog. The dog starts wagging its tail. He goes. And he gets up, and he's still, and Telemachus still thinks that he's a beggar. Still thinking he's a beggar. He gets up and tells him, he goes, make sure to bury him atop of the hill by the rock pile. That's where, like, they met, right? And that's when Telemachus figures out, he's like, whoa, are you Odysseus? It's fucking great. It's really fucking good. Miss Sparkles, boo. The Odyssey is great. What? Laugh my ass off. I don't know, bro. Is Happy in this movie? Yeah, it is. I mean, it's not really like happy as much as it's like there's a lot of fucking, he makes a lot of mistakes. That's why, his crew gets killed. And because of him is the reason they get killed. And then the ones that survive, he goes and sees, the underworld. The underworld god tells him basically that, like, you could die with your men right now, or you can make it home by yourself, but they'll all die on the way. And, like, so it's like a really selfish fucking story of Odysseus. But it's a man trying to defy the gods. But are there gods? Because the craziest part is, at the end, we find out that Athena, right? This is the craziest part. So ready for this? The only god we really see is Athena, who is Zendaya, right? And every time he's like feeling like he's forgetting something, and he's trying to remember his fucking like way and how to get home, Athena appears to him and helps guide him, helps keep him on his like his mental path, right? Of his moral compass, kind of, right? That's very important. His moral compass. Then, as he's sitting there talking to, remember I said he's talking to Penelope way too long before he destroys to kill all the fucking suitors in the house. He's sitting there talking to Penelope, telling her about all the horrible things he did and about how they won the war in Troy. And then Athena appears to him, and she's sitting there crying, and he like puts his hands up to go to hold Athena, and they kind of lock hands. And when they do, you see like him. Then it actually shows when they break into Troy and the gates are open and flung open, they kind of stop right there. It comes back now when they lock hands at the end of it. The gates fling open. You see them going in there. They start raping and pillaging the fucking place. They start killing innocent women. And Athena is one of them that gets it. So it kind of makes you think, is Athena a god? Or is it a mental projection he has? Because he's one of the people that's like, I don't believe in gods. I don't believe in gods. I don't believe in gods. Everybody else that believes in gods dies. He lives by the code of the gods. You know what I mean? He like, what's a good explanation? Like he studies religion. He doesn't practice it. So he understands what's going on. So every time these motherfuckers like, oh, cussing shit, he's like, hey, watch your language. You know, you're that's a sin. Kind of like mocking them. Right? So you're kind of questioning yourself, like, does he believe in it the whole time? Because he's the only one that doesn't really believe in it. And then you see him, like, at the end, realize that he's talked to Athena, a god. That's not really a god. It's a projection of the poor girl that got slaughtered in Troy. That's an innocent victim of the war that he helped lead. And then he starts realizing that, like, everybody in his wake dies. It's pretty fucking awesome. Are you burning me for Angel tomorrow, too? Mean, man. Tomorrow is Friday. We do that on Saturday. But to be honest with you, no. The only reason I did it last week because we were going to watch UFC. He mentioned to DA we're going to watch a UFC fight. We didn't. Ames was going to do it. His internet went out. I should have done it on my channel, so if his internet went out, oh well. Saturday, I'm going to be at Southeast Gaming Exchange in Greenville, South Carolina. I'll be doing a little live event there. I might do depending on what time I get back to the hotel, maybe we'll do something late. So maybe like 7 p.m. my time, maybe 8 p.m. We'll do something. I'll go to the hotel. We'll do something, so. But back to the Odyssey. It's fucking great. If you have nothing to do this weekend, go see it before people try to discredit you from being, oh, so-and-so's in it. They had a transgender person named Elliot Page in it. Who cares? Great performance. And you can be, and the first time you see him, you can be like, Rock, that wasn't a good performance. And then the second time you see him, you can be like, oh, that's pretty good. And then the last thing, you can be like, huh. And you're going to find yourself not even questioning it. You're going to be like, drawn into the scene, and you're going to be into the story, and that's how you know you got a good actor on your hands. When you're not even fucking questioning it, right? Lupita Nyong'o, she does two characters. The one that's, what's his name? Drew Bernthal, the Punisher. When she plays his wife, that one's fine. The only reason they play like the sister, the twin, I think it's kind of a weird reasoning behind it. It's supposed to give like this one person like plot. I don't want to spoil, I want to leave some for people to go see and be like, what the fuck? Maybe I miss it. I don't want to misinterpret what happens, but I'll leave something for people to see, and we'll talk about it later tonight. We're going to talk about spoilers on the nightcap, so we'll see what they talk about that. But she plays dual roles. One role where she's, the John Bernthal's wife. That role I'm fine with, but the other one, I don't really see a need to be playing two roles. Everybody did a good job in this. The worst part is just watching Tom Holland. And that makes me fear for Spider-Man coming out next month. Because I'm like, Tom Holland, when I went back and watched the Spider-Mans and prep for this, he has a certain style, right? So when he's doing the fight scenes in this, it's not just like fighting, you know, like this. Everything's got to be like, because everything's got to be epic like Spider-Man. It's like, dude, they didn't fight like that back in Greece, I mean. So you'll notice he has this. So they didn't have, like, I don't think they had any fight choreographers, I guess, on this. Definitely didn't have any fight choreographers on this. But there's some funny parts that I can't wait to hear what other people's funny parts were. Again, we misfired by thinking that Elliot Page and Lupita Nyong'o, who are seasoned actors, were going to be the problem. It's Zendaya and Tom Holland. I shouldn't even clown Zendaya that much because she does some, especially in the last scene where they're talking, like, you know, like where here it is. The last scene where she's not talking, she does pretty good. Every time she opens her fucking mouth and tries to like speak the words, but when she's like crying and like looking into his eyes and like actually, I'm like, okay, I can believe it. But when she starts talking, I'm like, nah. That's probably because she's been hanging out with Short King Spring fucking Tom Holland too long. I like you, Rock. You're an honest guy and don't follow the crowd. I try not to. I try to be, you know.
If you smell what the Rock.
Try to be legit. That's all. And I guarantee a lot of people are going to agree with me. You don't want anybody else's opinion to sway you, right? Especially, I'm a Nolan fan. The only thing I haven't really overly enjoyed from him is Interstellar, which, when Uncle T always clowns Project Hail Mary, I agree with him. The only good thing about Project Hail Mary is Ryan Gosling's fucking acting, his overacting. But if I'm with some chick, she's like, "Oh, hey, Rock, you want to watch Project Hail Mary tonight?" I'd be like, "You sure you don't want to watch Interstellar instead?" She'd be like, "Oh, that is a good movie. We should watch that." That's the worst fucking Christopher Nolan film I got is Interstellar. This, what would this be? What would I rank this before I rank this film? Can I rank this in one of my Nolan films? I would say it's definitely more entertaining to watch than Oppenheimer, because Oppenheimer was a good film, but there's like no action in it. You know what I mean? If you watch Oppenheimer, you know, my boy Uncle will agree with me. The best part of Oppenheimer was Florence Pugh, right? Both times she's in it, really. You know, and that's 3 hours of watching it just for those 2 minutes. But this. A lot of action. It kept me intrigued the whole time. Tenet did that for me too. Tenet for me did the same thing. Kept me intrigued the whole time. The Prestige, still probably his best film he's done. I think The Prestige is probably, I'm being biased because I'm an electrician and I love the Nikola Tesla intertwinement of, like, you know, electricity in the turn of the century, on how people thought electricity was fucking magic when really it was just science, you know? Like, I can grab 277, a live wire, and never get electrocuted. As long as I don't have metal on my ears and metal in my hands. If I got metal in my fucking hand, you know, in this watch, and I grab a bitch, it's going to travel all the way through my body and zap the fuck out of me. If you know, you know. So just make sure you have no metal on. If you have a metal fucking shoulder, I wouldn't grab shit. You're going to get your ass fucking zapped. So, you know, that's probably my favorite one, The Prestige. Learning how to electricity, people misconstrued, but he also put a spin on it by making people think that, hey, maybe electricity is magical, can do some crazy shit that we still haven't figured out yet to this day. Because Nikola Tesla did figure out wireless charging, if people don't know that. The Prestige. It's about, you know, like the transported man. They transport a real person. Nikola Tesla was famous for transporting electricity. He figured out how to have wireless electricity. You know, like not like I can set a phone on top of a fucking pad like this and it'll charge. No, literally send power from one place to another wirelessly. And that's what the Prestige is about. It's like, well, if you can send a power, can you send a person? Because that's all people are is power, right? That's probably my favorite fucking movie. What would be my second favorite? Probably Tenet. I ain't gonna lie. Third, probably Inception. And then the Batman films. The Batman films are great. But he wouldn't have the Batman films if he didn't have all these other films too. Like people always get it wrong. Like I heard Verbal Riot the other day talking about. He's like he did Batman Begins and then he did fucking Prestige. I was like, no. He did Prestige first, and they saw because if you watch Prestige, Christian Bale's kind of chunky, not fat. He's kind of chunky. He had to put on weight to become Batman. Then when you watch the Batman outtakes, Batman Begins, he gets fat as fuck because he was already kind of chunky for the Prestige. The Prestige is what got him the good fucking roles. The Batman films are great. I don't want to put anything behind him, but he had great story and material to work with, right? This is the same. He didn't write this story. This story was written. He wrote the dialogue for the film, and it lacks in that department. I didn't see his brother's name on it. I'm gonna double check, make sure I'm not right. I think his wife wrote it. His wife normally produces, is like one of his main producers, co-producers, you know, like their company. And his brother's one of his main writers. I didn't see his brother's name on it though, which would make sense because his brother wrote all the Batman films, which is why they have the iconic fucking, you know, if you die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. Jonathan Nolan people clown him for a lot of the corny shit he says, but some of it, when delivered properly, works. He just got to be the right person. I wouldn't have Tom Holland deliver any of his fucking lyrics, that's for sure. Which one is that? The one he ends himself at the end? That's the one about the two magicians. And at the end he goes, "Are you watching closely? You got any last words?" Abracadabra. That's one of the best movies ever. If you have Disney Plus, you probably have Hulu. Because like DA was like, I don't have that. I was like, if you buy the cheapest thing at Disney Plus right now, you will get Hulu bundle with it. They got Interstellar and The Prestige on there. Watch The Prestige. You don't have to know anything about electricity. Just know the movie's about two magicians trying to outdo one another. First, I do a trick. This guy comes there, steals my trick. I go to his fucking show, watch him, steal his trick. He comes to my show, watches me, and sees the best trick he's ever seen in the world. And lives the rest of his life trying to figure out how to duplicate my trick. He duplicates it, but doesn't duplicate it properly. And it has a moral reasoning to the story, ending. It has a climax and ending. You'll be like, what the fuck? It has a heartfelt good, turnout. And it has two of the best actors ever, Hugh Jackman and Christian fucking Bale. It's like, wait, what? He did a good He's good, man. I haven't seen one thing Nolan's done now that I haven't liked. I still haven't seen Memento. Maybe I should check it out just so I can have, you know what? I'm not going to. I haven't seen one thing that Nolan's done I haven't liked. I'm going to keep it at that. This film is fucking great. If you haven't seen it, if you're not planning on seeing it, if you've heard bad fucking news about it, people discrediting it because whatever, don't listen to them. Go watch it. Bring a friend. Get ready to sit down for 3 hours. It's long. It's a good story. It's told in a very simple way to where you don't have to overthink it. There's some good performances in it. Really good performances. There's some cheesy shit to where you can be like, and she can be like, oh, fuck. And she can be like, oh. Ryan Hurst was in it. The guy's going to play God of War. He's in it. I was like, is that Ryan Hurst? Ryan Hurst in it. Did a good job. Did a really good fucking job. Man, I think it was great. I'll think, follow me. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Help me get to 100 subscribers. Go to my boy Derek Anderson's channel. Subscribe to him because the nightcap will be on in about, really 2 hours from now? God damn, the West Coast time is killing me. About 2 hours from now, I think 1:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time he's got it set for. So it's like fucking 2.5 hours. Holy shit. And we'll talk about it then. I'll be drunk as fuck by then. I'll probably have thought of some better stuff. Like, he'd be like, Ithaca. Power. Kingdom. Why you keep knocking like that, homie? Because that's what rappers do. That's the biggest improvisation you can bring to the story. I'm coming in late. What do you think about the movie? Chris Bolts, I know you got your tickets ready, right? Go see it, bro. So my boy Chris Bolts came here, so I'm not jumping out yet. Hold on. I was telling everybody to go make sure they hang out at DA's office because I want them to subscribe. We'll talk about it on the nightcap. Make sure everybody. And before I didn't have anybody's opinion sway me. You know, I stuck strong. It's a Nolan film, so it's good. There's some. Let me nitpick it. What's the worst I can say? There might be some cheeky dialogue. Tom Holland is fucking hilarious. So at the end of it, Chris Bolts, right? Telemachus becomes king, right? And Odysseus and Penelope ride off into the sunset to go find their men and give them a good burial. Well, here comes Telemachus walking out. Short King Spring. He looked funny as fucking shit. He looked gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. He got his crown on. I'm like, he a lady boy. Ain't nobody marching behind this dude. Not one goddamn. Besides that, you know me joking around. It's really good, bro. Elliot Page was pretty good. Like Lupita Nyong'o, again, good actress, did a good job. I just don't really, you know, her character. Hell, even John Bernthal's character, he like Tom Holland had to go to him to talk to him for some information. Drug it out way too long, bro. He had to be there with John Bernthal that long. They were trying to get their money's worth. And then Lupita Nyong'o, I guess they're like, well, we're going to have her for 1 second. Maybe we can have her play dual roles, make it worth, you know, her money. That's the only thing I can think of because she wouldn't have been in it very long. So they're like, the ending was corny. Tom Holland will last a month as king. Yeah, that's about right, bro. When he walked out, I was like, yeah, and I don't know if have you seen it? Oh, is it? Oh, I already saw it. It was a bad movie. I couldn't stop laughing when Helen and Congo appeared on screen. So the best part, my opinion, I was laughing at was the last fight scene when the hole was in the floor and they were dropping weapons down. Right? They dropped the weapons and Robert Pattinson was like standing behind a column the whole time. And he go, shield, grab the shield. And then next they drop the swords. He goes, sword, grab the sword. Right? I'm like, they must not have written any dialogue, just had them like ad-libbing. And like, then they drop the spear, grab the spears. I was just like, who the fuck is writing this dialogue? So that's why I was saying, I'm curious to wonder if Jonathan Nolan was in on it and actually wrote something because some of the dialogue was cheesy and cheeky at points in time, but it was pretty good. You thought it was a bad movie? I thought it was good. I thought it was longer than it needed to be. Like at the end where you know he was talking to Penelope with the screen, that could have been trimmed down. There's a lot of parts that could have been trimmed down. You got to agree with me that, let's say gargoyle, the Cyclops scene, that Cyclops scene was pretty fucking OP in my opinion. I thought that Cyclops scene was right. That's one thing I will give him. He did. I've never seen Nolan do some kind of R-rated, like fucking terrifying. Batman's the closest he's done to something scary. And that Cyclops scene I thought was really, really good. The part where the chick was turning the dudes into pigs was weird as fuck. I was like, oh, dude, she's shoving her hand out there. Those are going to be memed out like a motherfucker. You know that. A whole bunch of dudes going, and she's going, shoving their hands out of the throat. I'm like, it needed to be longer. It didn't feel like an epic. Man, I thought it was long enough. I thought some parts were drawn out. I thought they got to everything they needed to get to, but some of the parts felt not only drawn out, it wasn't edited good. They could have trimmed some here and transitioned it better here. And the best part I liked about it was the twist at the end where it's not really Athena, right? Am I right about that? It's not really Athena, correct? It's a projection, his mental projection of the innocent victim. So that was pretty cool. You never really know, are there gods? Because all we really see is his version of what happened, right? So for all we know, like, they weren't really pigs. They were just stuffing their fucking faces. They all make it out alive. The only one that don't die are like from the shipwreck. Everything else could seem like it could be like sick at sea. You know, what is it called? Shell shocked. You know, they're fucking. So I'm like, and at the end, like, you see Athena. That's the best acting she did. At the end when they held hands and joined, and you see her like looking, not saying a word, Chris. When she didn't say one fucking word and was actually conveying emotion with her eyes and her face. That was the best acting that Zendaya did. Zendaya and Tom Holland killed the whole movie. Jason Bourne did fucking awesome. Jason Bourne did awesome as shit. The ending absolutely could have been better. The absence of the gods makes the movie feel incomplete. That's why I said the movie should have been longer. I think he wants people to question, are the gods real? Were there really gods there? Or were they projections of people? He'd be like, no, Rock, there really were gods. They'd be like, were they? Like, well, how do you get the fucking the thing back? What do you mean? You got to go to Underworld and, you know, to Hades to get the fucking the totem back from Elliot Page, or he got it from Elliot Page before he got into the fucking Trojan horse. It's all about, see, we're getting a story that's not complete or told through the eyes of Odysseus, who's very shameful for what he's done. He got everybody he knows dead, right? So it's pretty cool. Miss Sparkles, you're not watching the movie? I'm thinking of watching it later tomorrow, totally legally. Well, you know what? Hey, if you surf the 7 seas around here, I'm one of the people that always say, sharing is caring. Piracy is a crime. Don't sell it. All right? It's kind of like if I want to partake in a doobie. It's not illegal as long as I don't start selling it. Then you're drug pushing. Don't do that. You know? If you happen to like the freebie that you got, the doobie passed to you, maybe go find the guy and be like, hey, you got $20 with that shit? Hook me up. Because this is worth it. Nolan doesn't need any more money. I forget who's making this. Who made this? Whatever film. I don't think they need any more money. But it's good. I liked it. Again, Bolt said he didn't like it. He didn't think it was that great. Some people are gonna be split on it. It's a long fucking film. It's really long. I think a lot of people be split on the editing, but I rather enjoyed it. I had a great fucking time, and I can't wait to see what the guys say about it later on the nightcap. So hit me in the comments. Make sure after this you guys not only subscribe but re-upload the video and say something in the comment section. Let me know how you all feel. Let the comments know. All right. So thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I had a great fucking time. Great time watching the movie. Shout out to Miss Sparkles for stopping through. I greatly appreciate it. My boy Chris Bolts for coming by and saying, what up? Who else stopped through here tonight? I know we had Uncle T stopping through. Humblest of Knights. Nestor Paneos. Everybody. My boy Ocelot. GG's, man. Thanks for coming through, everybody. I had a great time. Smash the like button on your way out. Have a great one. And I'll see you all on the nightcap shortly, all right? Take it easy. Peace.